Yo, I am back once again with another video, man. Yes, this one is going to be about Marvel. Now, I know I did say that I was done with the MCU and all that, and I'm still am done with the MCU. But, Marvel is too big, man. They're too big of an entity to not cover, and I cover movies here. And they had their big, conference at, Comic-Con and Hall H and all of that, and they did announce a whole lot. And I did see the announcements. I did see what's coming down the pipeline, and I do have some thoughts. Now, I don't want to make this drawn out, so I'm gonna try to make this as short as possible. They did announce like the ending of Phase 4, and then they announced like pretty much all their projects for Phase 5, and they even announced some of the projects coming up for Phase 6. So a lot got revealed yesterday, and like I said, I have, some thoughts as far as like where I see the MCU is going in, like the whole direction that they're taking and stuff like that. Rounding out Phase 4, which was announced last night, rounding out Phase 4 would be the SheHulk series and Black Panther Wakanda Forever. SheHulk, I'm not interested at all. I did see the new trailer that dropped yesterday, and I'm still not interested. I actually think that the second trailer looked worse than the first one. I actually think that SheHulk's design, as far as like the CG and all that, actually looks a little bit worse than the first trailer, and that's saying a lot. So, yeah, I'm not interested in that series at all. Another problem that I have with that show from the trailers is the Hulk. I don't know what the hell they did to the Hulk, man. Ever since Endgame, Hulk has been a big-ass bitch, man. I gotta say it, man. Hulk has been a big-ass green giant bitch, and I hate that, man. He is not the Hulk that I know, you know what I mean? That whole like Jekyll and Hyde thing, the whole inner conflict between him and between Bruce and, the Incredible Hulk, that's just all gone right now. And now he's like settled with this mediocre, like he's like in between almost. Like, yeah, he is the Hulk, but he's like a big ass softie. And I just don't like that at all with the Hulk. And they showed in the trailer like he's doing some yoga shit. And I'm just like, why turn the Hulk into that, man? Like, the Hulk is dominant. The Hulk is like one of the most powerful superheroes in Marvel Comics, and you turn him into it like just a big softie. And it's depressing, man. It's depressing to see like the state that Hulk is in right now, but this is the MCU, man. This is Kevin Feige. Yeah, so I'm not interested in She-Hulk at all. But they did drop Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever. They did drop the trailer yesterday, and I gotta say, man, the trailer looked dope to me. I no lie, I do love that trailer, man. I saw it twice, and I really like that trailer, man. It has a whole different feel. It has a whole different vibe. It just seems like they're going, like the Wakanda tribe, it does seem like they're going through a lot. It seems like they have to like gather the pieces again after like Chadwick Boseman passing. I'm really wondering how they're gonna tackle that whole situation. It's gonna be really interesting to see how they tackle that. But it does seem like they're dealing with a lot. I just felt like a lot of grief in that trailer. Like I said, it seems like they're trying to like, balance between, okay, how do we come back together as a tribe to be dominant again? And like regathering our governments and stuff like that, and also too dealing with the main villain who is going to be Namor in this new movie. It seems like he's coming in the mix in between all of that. So it seems like they're like trying to balance out, okay, we have to like gather the pieces, within our tribe. How do we like recollect ourselves? And also too dealing with this new threat, which is Namor. How do we deal with both at one time? That's the feeling that I got with that trailer. And I don't know if that's how the movie's going to play out, but that's like the whole vibe that I'm getting so far. Actually, Namor, he was actually hinted at in Endgame. The scene in the beginning where they're talking to like the Dora Milaje, where you see like, Captain Marvel and Black Widow and all of that, and they're talking to Dora Milaje through the teleprompter or whatnot, and she's like, basically reporting like a disturbance in the sea, like a tsunami type of deal. And that was like the first hints of Namor. So we will get our, chance to see Namor for the first time. And His design looks sick, man. I gotta say, his design looks really, really sick. So I am really interested in seeing him. And they actually hinted at another character who is going to be making their first appearance in the MCU, which is Ironheart. In the trailer, they don't show how she looks.
Real quick, I just wanted to add, I did say that they didn't show Ironheart in Black Panther 2. I was wrong. Apparently, they did show Ironheart in Black Panther 2. I will post the screenshot right here of who's going to be playing Ironheart in Black Panther and the Ironheart show. I just didn't know that was her up until I looked it up online after I made the video. So my apologies, but here you go. This is how Ironheart will look in the Black Panther 2 film.
But they do show like a scene where you see a sheet of metal and then you see like a heart-shaped symbol that's carved out in the metal, and then somebody hammers it out and then it drops to the floor, and then you see the whole iron heart-shaped symbol. So that is like the pretty much saying that, yes, Riri Williams is going to be in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. To what extent, we don't know. I don't know if she's just going to be a cameo appearance. I don't know if she's going to play a major part in this story. But we are going to get our first glimpse of Riri Williams. And I am not really interested in that part at all. I don't like this whole Riri Williams character. I don't like her being like this new Ironheart and Iron Man. That part is corny to me. But yeah, she's going to be in it. Like I said, I don't know to what extent she's going to be in this movie. I hope it's not like an America Chavez deal where she's like the main focus of the movie. I doubt it, because, you know, I think with Black Panther, that's like much different from Doctor Strange. You're dealing with the whole tribe of people. You're dealing with the Dora Milaje and all of that. So, you know, it's a whole tribe of people. So I don't think that Riri Williams is going to take the focus away from, you know, the Wakanda tribe or whatnot. I do think she's probably just going to be like a side character in the movie. But yeah, man, I am curious to see Black Panther 2, so I am going to watch that movie. Like I said before, like I know I said that I'm done with the MCU, but I think I did mention in that video that I made, I think I did mention that I am curious in Black Panther 2. So even before the trailer dropped, Black Panther 2 was one of the MCU films that I was the most curious, because of the situation with Chadwick Boseman, him being no longer here with us. I was really curious to see how Marvel was going to tackle that. So that was like one of the main reasons why I was still interested in Black Panther 2. And I did like Black Panther, the first Black Panther. So I am looking forward to seeing Black Panther 2. So Black Panther 2 will be ending out phase 4. Now, as far as like the interconnectivity goes, as far as like with the MCU as a whole, I'm not really interested at all. As far as like that aspect goes, I'm not really interested in like the world building and like the interconnectivity, because I see right now with phase 4 has just been a big mess so far, and nothing has been really connected anyway, you know? And as far as like the main plot line, certain like key plot lines that was like set up in like the end of phase 3 and all of that pretty much got messed up in Loki and Doctor Strange 2 anyway. So it's just like the Wild Wild West at this point. So I don't care about the interconnectivity and like which character is going to be connected to which movie. As far as like that go, I'm not interested. I'm more so, if anything, I'm more so curious right now with the MCU. Like, okay, I see they announce certain movies, and I'm curious to see how the movie is going to play out. I'm just looking at it as that one individual project. And I'm not really interested in the TV series like that anymore. Now, this is going to be going into phase 5. So phase 5, they announced Ant-Man 3, Quantumania. That's going to be coming out in February. So that's going to kick off phase 5. And then they announced a couple of TV shows, Secret Invasion, Echo. The Ironheart series is coming out, I think, the end of next year or something like that, or even like the spring of 2024. I'm not interested in any of those shows. I don't care about the Disney Plus shows at this point, because from what I'm seeing so far, it's not good at all. The last show I watched from the Disney Plus series was Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and everything else has been pretty much shit to me. As far as like from what I've seen with the reviews and whatnot, I'm not really interested at all. So as far as like the series and whatnot, Ironheart, Echo, and Secret Invasion, I'm not interested in those shows. But Ant-Man 3, I am like curious as far as like how that's going to play out. Guardians 3, they did announce this coming out May of next year. I am curious to see how that one is going to play out. And then they also announced Blade, which will be coming out the ending of next year. That's the movie that I'm most curious about, because if you don't know, Blade is not going to be a rated R film. It's going to be PG-13, and that's the most concerning part to me. Blade is very bloody, very violent, and to not have it rated R, I just feel like I don't know, man. That's a big risk, and having that PG-13, I'm not optimistic. I'm very cautious, man. I'm very cautious. I don't know how that one is gonna play out. It seems like they're gonna tone down a lot of stuff in that film, and that's what I am scared about the most. But I am very curious to see like the first trailer, like our first look at Blade, how he's gonna be, how he is gonna be in the MCU, and that's gonna be the most interesting to see. That movie starts shooting, I think, around October or November of this year. Kevin Feige announced that yesterday. So, yeah, we're just going to have to wait probably up until Guardians 3 comes out to see our first glimpses of Blade. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how that one plays out. And then pretty much to wrap up Phase 5, you do have the next Captain America movie, which is going to be called New World Order, I think. And Sam Wilson, he is going to be returning. I'm pretty sure he's going to be Captain America in the new Captain America film. I'm not a big fan of Falcon being Captain America at all. But, you know, I am a little bit interested in that, so I may go and see that. And then to wrap up Phase 5 is going to be this movie called The Thunderbolts, which is a group of, I guess you could say, heroes or villains. I don't know how they're going to be depicted in the MCU, but I don't really know about the Thunderbolts at all. Like the team of the Thunderbolts within the Marvel Comics has changed drastically over the years, so I don't know what that team is going to consist of in the MCU, but I'm pretty sure one of the members is going to be Yelena from Black Widow, because I did think that they did say that she's going to be one of the members of the Thunderbolts. So I'm more certain that she is going to be one of the members. Now, who the other members are going to be, I'm not sure. We're just going to have to wait and see. But yeah, that's going to be wrapping up Phase 5. And then they even announced what's going to be coming up in Phase 6. So it was announced yesterday that the Fantastic Four film is finally going to be coming to the MCU in Phase 6. That's going to be within 2 years from now, I think towards the end of 2024. The first Fantastic Four movie is supposed to be dropping. Look, man, what they did to Mr. Fantastic in Doctor Strange 2 is a crime to me. And I was interested in, that was one of the films that I was the most interested in Phase 4. But after seeing Doctor Strange 2, I'm not interested in Fantastic Four anymore, because I see that they're just going to botch the Fantastic Four to hell, man. I don't like how they did Mr. Fantastic and Doctor Strange 2. That was not the introduction that they deserve. Mr. Fantastic, he is a very, very, very important character in Marvel Comics. And for Marvel to like disrespect, you know, the Fantastic Four like that, and Doctor Strange 2, and even the X-Men with Professor X, I'm not looking forward to Fantastic Four at all. But it is coming in Phase 6. And then they announced the ending of Phase 6, where we will see the return of the Avengers. Which is quite interesting, because it does seem like this is going to be like a 2-part deal, just like how Infinity War and Endgame was. So it looks like the first part of this Avengers film is going to be the Kang Dynasty. And then the second part is going to be Secret Wars. Like I said, this is too far gone at this point. Like, we're in 2022. That film probably won't be coming out until like 2025. So we're still 3 years out of that film being out. So I don't know what the hell that's going to be about. I don't even know who's going to be who is gonna be in the in this new Avengers team. But I don't know, man. I don't know about this new Avengers film. Like I said, I don't know who's gonna be a part of this new Avengers team. And I don't know about that movie. It's too far out at this point to really have an idea or an opinion about that. But they did announce it, and I don't know, man. With Marvel, with the way that they're going, like I said before, I'm still pretty much done with Marvel, but I am more so curious than anything. I'm more so curious as far as the individual projects go, as far as the movies. That's what's keeping my interest a little bit with the MCU, as far as okay, I'm wondering where they will take this movie. I'm wondering where they will take that movie. I'm more so interested in the movies, but the movies I'm more so curious about than anything. I'm not looking forward to which character is going to show up, which guest character is going to show up in this movie or that movie. How does this movie connect to this TV series, and how this movie connects to this saga that's going on right now within the phases. I'm not interested in that at all, because like I said, they botched that in phase 4 and it's pretty much gone to shit at this point. And also, too, I see that Marvel is abusing this whole cameo appearances in TV shows and movies. They'll have a movie and then the movie will be mediocre. But here's this character everybody's been asking, and boom, here you go. Also, too, I forgot to mention, in Phase 4, they did announce that Daredevil, the TV series, will be coming back to Disney Plus in spring of 2024, and that's going to be 18 episodes long, which is insane. 18 episodes. God damn. Out of all the TV series, I haven't watched the Daredevil series. Yeah, I know I haven't watched any of the Daredevil seasons on Netflix. Maybe I do need to watch it, because I've heard nothing but great things about that show. Everybody praises that show to death. So out of all the TV series, I will have to say Daredevil is the one that I'm the most interested in. Because Charlie Cox is Daredevil. He is coming back. And the guy that played Kingpin, he is also will be coming back to reprise his role as Kingpin in this new series. So, like I said, out of all the Disney Plus series, that's the one that I am most interested in. And like I said, I am curious more so than anything. So that's pretty much it as far as where Marvel is going. It seems like Secret Wars is the next big saga of the MCU right now. And Kang, he is going to be the next big bad. And as far as Kang goes, I don't think his whole setup was done right. I feel in the first 3 phases of Marvel, we all knew from phase 1 that Thanos was gonna be the big bad. And they set him up properly. In phase 4 with Kang and how he was introduced in Loki, I don't think that they did it right at all. I don't think it was properly executed. And, him being the next big bad, seeing him in Loki, I'm not interested in Kang at all. The way how he looks and stuff like that, he looks nothing like Kang in the comics. I'm just they're gonna butcher that too, I think, man. So I'm not interested in Kang the Conqueror at all. Sad to say. And I don't know, man. I don't know where the MCU is I just don't like the direction that the MCU is taking so far, man. And also too, I did hear that they said that MODOK was going to be in the MCU. I do like MODOK as a character. I was introduced to MODOK in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And MODOK is a very interesting cat, man. He is goofy in his own ways, but I do like MODOK. And when I heard that he was going to be in the MCU, I was like, wait, what? MODOK? So I don't know which TV show or movie he's going to appear in, but yeah, apparently he's going to be in the MCU in some fashion. And I don't know, man. Like I said before, I'm not really, I'm in this funny phase with the MCU right now as far as where they're going. I'm not really feeling where they're going so far. As far as with characters go and the projects, it looks nice and all of that. I will say that Marvel has a way of like grabbing people's attention with their presentation, especially when they do their Comic-Con, especially when they do the Comic-Con presentations with the whole timeline. You see it on the big screen. It's like something about that presentation just like kind of like sucks you back in. It's like, oh my God, like look at all like the movies that's coming out. Like they have a way of just like when you say to yourself that, yeah, man, I'm done with the MCU, but like I gotta admit, like seeing like the big like timeline of like Phase 5, I wasn't like hype like that, but it has like its way of like just sucking you back in again. But I'm still not sucked in, but like looking at that big screen, like the presentation was nice. So I will say that I will say that their presentation is always like, it's something about seeing like that big ass timeline. I don't know, man. It just sucks you in and you're just like, oh my God, you know what I mean? But still, man, my interest in the MCU is not really there anymore, man. Like I said, I'm more so curious than anything. So if I do like check out any movie, it will be more so out of curiosity, and I'm just watching that movie for that individual movie, as far as like, okay, the characters within that movie, how this movie plays out, like as far as like it's being its own separate thing. That's how I look at the MCU going forward. So when I watch Black Panther 2, I'm just watching it for Black Panther 2. I don't care about all the other shit that's going to be in the MCU and how it connects to the other movies and how it will connect to certain characters. That's done for me. I'm just looking at the movie for what it is, the individual movie. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. And that's how I'm going to be approaching the MCU going forward. If I do watch, you know, a lot of the movies within Phase 5 and Phase 6. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much my thoughts about, you know, Marvel and the MCU and where they're going with certain things. Like I said before, you know, it is what it is to me. And like I said, watching that presentation last night, I was just like, oh, okay. You know, Black Panther 2 looks really good. Ant-Man, I'm curious to see how that turns out. Guardians, I'm curious to see how that turns out. Blade, I'm curious to see how that turns out. Thunderbolts, I'm curious about that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And even with Daredevil, I'm curious to see how that turns out. So it's more so curiosity to me. And I guess more answers to my questions will be answered in the trailers once they drop, like as far as like the trailer for Ant-Man and stuff like that. Trailers for Blade. So I am interested in seeing like the first looks of those characters coming up in like Phase 5 and even in Phase 6. So that's my thoughts on the MCU, and till my next one, man, I'm out.